Sorry if this video isn't like your usual stuff because I've been kind of taking a break. I've had exams and all that, so that's why I didn't upload. Anyway, everyone just want to rant about my country. As you probably don't know, I'm actually Tunisian. Yes, surprise, surprise, my boys. I have been caught. Anyway, yes, I'm Tunisian. And if you're wondering, oh, is it that bad of a place? What is even a Tunisia? Well, let me explain to you real quick. I have to pull out a map on paint, as always. Is it really that retarded? I don't know. Anyway, whoop. So, in red is Tunisia. And this place seems to be like way better off than the rest of their neighbors, right? They have like, at least there was a bit of tolerance towards the women. And like in the Arab world, they don't like women, okay? At all. No other than gain power. They're just happy as minister and I'm not gonna talk too much about that. Anyway, I have multiple problems living here, alright? Although I'm only a teen, I still hate this place. It sucks. Because first off, tell me why the education system here is so horrible. I happen to be lucky enough to like understand English and French pretty well, alright? Mais malgré cela, j'ai vu comment l'éducation est merdeuse. This is my French, by the way. Waited for my to in the comments. Anyway, it is so ass in here. Believe me. It's just stuff. Some of my homeboy is in class. They can barely understand French. They can barely understand Arabic, let alone French and English, bro. Though we're a colony of France. How? Well, mainly has to do with this shitty education. Alright? The teacher shortage could be also another issue. Yeah, but still, you got, and also they really just don't want to study, that's it. But if you're undergraduate, this map is looking kind of weird. I expanded its size. Anyway. I swear to God, if you gave me the choice between living in Tunisia or living in North Korea, I'd pick North Korea. At least here, they don't, they aren't that backwards. They actually compensate that by having a good military. We don't have that. Anyway, I just have such a hatred. Okay, I hate living in here, and also we have pretty much a lack of imagination. Right? It's a big issue, to be honest. Um, I mean, my French teacher literally said when she was like talking about giving us one of these speeches, she always gives us one. Like one is about don't bully your friends and all that. The other is about don't like fuck up. Don't please be a lot more creative. And she gave like two speeches so far this year. And honestly, though, what she said was pretty influential, to say the least. It kind of got me thinking. Unlike most of my other friends who were like, yeah, whatever, let her yap. And tell y'all, okay, it is so heartbreaking to see some of my teachers suffer, especially my French teacher. I mean, this year's French teacher, she isn't like that terrible and all that, but still. I saw some of the grades on like the first test. I was shocked. How the fuck are they in ninth grade? Believe me, my jaw dropped. It physically dropped. I got a 17 on the test, 17 out of 20, which is pretty nice. Yes. The second best is 15 out of 20. Normal. Anyway, we just don't want to think. Like, they will say, oh, you can't, oh, you can't, oh, you can't. Fuck you mean you can't? Yes, you can. By the way, let me give you all this. Nothing is like you can't. Like for example, a Silesia Bosnak kingdom. It's cursed, yes, but you can. A union between Albania and Serbia. I mean, you can, but I mean that is kind of impossible. But why not? The solution in this place, though it seems like it's impossible. But we will. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not gonna speak too much. Anyway, I genuinely hate this place. All right, this is stubbornness. All right, just pure stubbornness. I literally one of my friends that destroys their artwork after they're done with it, or at least gives it away. Bro, just cause like he's the vibe and all that, my boy, you waste talent. It's wasted talent. It's literally a like, bro, why? Just why? Why you do that? If I was him, I would have kept that and been proud. I don't care. All right, I'm gonna push my religion to the side and say this is what I leave. This is my art. This is what I have created. Yeah, I'd be proud. But no, he fears. Online because of his religion. I mean, yes, but personally, just seeing him say that, it's kind of heartbreaking. Not gonna lie. Made me realize how cooked we are. Like genuinely. I'm gonna give you this. Tunisia is a poor country. We got nothing. We got like no one natural resources unlike our neighbors here. Algeria's got oil, Libya's got oil, and they're pretty good off, although they're civil war. The only thing we got is our people. So, message to all my Tunisian viewers. It is genuinely important you hear this, and do not dismiss it, please. We need doctors, plumbers, workers, please. At least if you cannot, like, at least if you're not good at studying, it should not prevent you from at least, the very least you can, very least, just learn how to do something. Be a carpenter, be a woodworker, be a blacksmith, anything. I mean, you could be a painter, like you paint the walls, and you do such an amazing job. You're just so good at all that. Just please do not make it go to waste, and do not just legally migrate to Italy. All right, don't do that, please. Italy's had enough. There's literally a part of Sicily, like right here. It might as well be Tunisian. So my little proposal is this. This makes us eligible for EU candidateship. You know, we kind of like are like oh shit. Sorry guys, little issue. Anyway, we could become like an EU member, which could be extremely good. We could just end up like Hungary, all right? If you know, you know. I'm not gonna explain. Anyway, we waste our time just fighting on all that. Literally today, I watched a school fight. I was like kind of whoa, cool, nice, nice, yeah. Because it kind of breaks some monotony. Not gonna lie, it's pretty monotonous in at school. But I thought about it later, and I was like, damn, it's straight up ass. It's just heartbreaking, right? It's heartbreaking seeing a country like that. It makes me kind of ashamed of being Tunisian. There's no pride in this. Like literally nothing. Nothing makes me like want to raise my head and say I am Tunisian without cringing on the inside. That's no, I can't. I can't. We've also got a bit of an issue like with neo-Islamist incels. I mean, hey, we're better off than Egypt, for example. Okay, Egypt. They have a hit like right here in the women's rights. Yeah, forget him. Anyway, Lord, I am just so concerned for the future of my country. This is where I'm gonna have kids, and I wonder how are they gonna be educated? What the fuck are they gonna be educated and all that? I got a private education, which I was pretty lucky to have. Other my friends, nah, public education, which is the worst one. Honestly, it sucks. Okay, it sucks. And bullying, bro, bullying. As you can probably tell, I'm not like your average Tunisian kid, you know. I'm a dirty ass man now. Yes, I do have a dirty mind, but at least I actually do study. I actually do care about that, and I actually show some sympathy towards my teachers. Yes, I do show sympathy. Reason is because my mother is also a teacher, and just like seeing her suffer makes me not want to take this job, no matter what. I don't want to teach troglodytes in the future. That's how I believe the teachers are gonna turn out like the next generation. It's the worst case. Some parents literally think it's still a good idea to have kids and all that. And when they teach them, just give them religious stuff and that's it. That's it? Like, please, to all the Tunisian parents, if you're watching this video, do more than just, you know, oh, religion, oh, religion, oh, religion. Teach them actual values. I mean, religious values are also actual values, but here, it is genuinely just fucked up. An incident happening in Kiev, which is this part of Tunisia, right here. Hold up, like here. You see this little tip? No, that's El Kiev. Anyway, there was like one middle in the that middle school. Just put it out here randomly. I don't know if it's actually its location. It'd be crazy. Anyway, it was Valentine's Day, so 14th of February, a pretty long time ago. Anyway, some kids, okay, some troglodytes. I'm sorry. Said, hey, you know what would be peak? If you put a sign saying Happy Valentine's Day, you whores. Ah. And that's exactly what they did. They got suspended. Rightfully so. The only W the education system has done. Not the only W, but one of the only few W. You know? I hate this, alright? I hate this. I personally, I mean, yeah, when I look at like people doing religious extremism, I'm like, oh my god, please don't turn to Afghanistan 2.0. That's the worst. I don't want to live in Afghanistan, bro. I don't want to have the same fate as these people. They're suffering. And I want to just get out, you know? Go from this hellhole to somewhere better in Europe, like Germany, like France. I don't think I'll go to France. Like the USA, but I think I'll get deported for this shit. Yeah? Not gonna say too much again. I think living in India would be better. Alright? That's how much this place sucks. And please, dead ass. I just hate this place. Okay? First off, the Ramadan series, they're just poor quality. Only accident though. Only accident. I watched the two first episodes. I loved it, but I didn't continue the rest, and it ended like halfway through. Halfway through this series lasted half of Ramadan, and they instead just let this bullshit known as the Sahaba Karaja season 2 continue. Why? Why, Nisma? Why? Just tell me why. And I personally just hate Simon Fehri, okay? He ruined Tunisian TV for all of us just because he had like a bit of agenda against like stuff like شوف لي حل. What else? Those dramas that Fathi al-Hadawi was played in. By the way, great actor. Okay, I love these dramas. Not gonna lie, I don't really care about the lore. I just watched them and I enjoyed it. Rest in peace, this legend. Anyway, Sam Fahdy, I hate you to the very end. Every fiber of my body hates you, along with the person that leads the fictional country. You probably know who that is, but if still didn't realize it, it's very obviously Netanyahu. Okay, who's carrying out the genocide against our fellow Palestinians. That's all I'm going to say. It even involved America against Iran. I'm only gonna say this much. Okay, I believe. Okay, if Samuel Fahdy got hung in Tunis, it'd become a freaking it'd be just the best day of my life. Okay, I hate him so much. Okay, he pushed for that edgy bullshit with like, and there was even like the one Tunisian movie, the Boussel Rouge. Mohamed Mrad was one of the actors in it. He was like one of the biggest names in the Tunisian industry. I personally didn't know him before like the controversy, but the Boussel Rouge appeared. And the Boussel Rouge portrayed the story of Adam and Eve, at least the Islamic version. So the story of Adam alayhi salam and Ummuna Hawa in a comedic way. It's like, no, you don't do that. Especially with Islam. Everybody knows, yeah, in the whole world, that you don't fuck with Muslims at all. You don't just make fun of their religion like that. You do with Christians, but mainly with Muslims. You don't do that at all. Oh my throat kind of dry. Anyway, yet these idiots decided to do it anyway, and obviously it was controversial. You don't do that. Religion is a red line not to cross. It's like North Korea's borders. Do not cross these two lines, or these two, or like the EZ lines, whatever they may be. Anyway, you don't cross that at all. No, no. And Simon Ferry actually defended that, in his in his show. You know the one. And this piece, and also Muhammad Barat also defended that shade and all that. All that mattered, they tried to sound the blow, but can you, especially in a mock religion? The worst sin I have ever seen in my life about like using TV was the fact that that there was so much like, dude. There's literally a series. If you're Tunisian, you're probably gonna know this. It was like around Ramadan 2023. I literally forgot its name. It was about drugs. Okay, just saying about drugs. Crack, all that. The plot had like a kid who was the son of a policeman who was selling crack because of manipulated by someone else. And that person manipulated the girl that was top of her class. And this dude, and there was also another girl who got kidnapped by an ex-physics teacher who became like Muslim whose brother's a terrorist, and the ex-physics teacher got that girl pregnant, and she had a younger brother who was mocked at school, and then the policeman whose kid was selling crack at school was like literally. I'm telling you, this series had 2 seasons through 2 Ramadans. I watched the first season and the second season. I didn't give a fuck about it. Anyway, I just hate it. Alright, I hate this place. I cannot believe I was born here. I pray one day, just I don't know, Tunisia disappears off the map. I just pray this like that. No joke. I don't like this place. I don't want this place. Okay, I hate living here. And unfortunately, I'm not. We're not just gonna immigrate from here to somewhere else, like the U.S. of A. Because I don't know how they're gonna treat me here once they find out I'm Tunisian. Anyway, the lack of creativity, is also seen in like the series and all that. For example, like Accident is literally about like a dude whose family got hit by a car. Super unoriginal. I mean, yes, it's realistic and all that, but we need some fictional stories. We need some manga, some nice stuff. If you don't want that cheap ass animation bullshit you see on the Multimedia 2, every time I watch it, I just like, I physically cringe at the sight of this bullshit. I want some actual good quality. I don't know why I'm moving around this map. So fuck it. Yeah. Anyway. I don't understand what's with us and not really like wanting to experiment with other stuff. Like for example, we don't want to experiment around with manga. Like that's something. Actually, in my mind, I have something that I really want to do. Personal project of mine. It's been in the works for like since 8th grade. Yeah, last year. Um, it was originally supposed to be like inspired by Dragon Ball. Then Hoax no can happen and all that. Visit the North Star, which I think I might do a video about. I don't know when though. Anyway, the fist of the North Star, low key, is peak. Alright, I'm gonna give you all this. Anyway, back to my subject. Um, I really wanted to do this, but I didn't like find the balls to do this. I'm gonna give you the idea like later on in another video. Anyway, goodbye, Pookies. I love y'all.